Hi, welcome to New Progressive Christian Baptist Church here in Oxnard. We're thanking you so much for being here and being a part of this community youth forum brought to you by the Youth Right to Rise. I wanted to give your attention to my right and to your left. There's an exit door to my left, to your right and to your left, and here to your right and my left, there's another exit door. And in the hallway to your right, there's another exit door. The restrooms are down the hall. To your right is the women's, and on the left are the men's restrooms. We do have fire extinguishers at the exit doors. So please, if you need to exit, those are some exit doors there as well. And so we thank you. My name is Bishop Lamont Chiles-Hayes, pastor here at New Progressive, also the president of Ventura County Resource Center. And so I'm going to bring up to you tonight Miss Daisy, who is going to do the rest and the presentation today. Miss Daisy? Turn it on, mic on? Just flip it up.
Oh, hello? Okay. So, hello everyone. My name is Daisy Luna. I come from Oxnard Middle College High School. My pronouns are she, her, and I am a junior. If you guys want to introduce yourselves.
Yes, hello everyone. Good evening. My name is Paulina Betancourt. I am a sophomore. My pronouns are she, her, and I also attend Oxnard Middle College High School. I would say that my favorite Youth Right to Rise memory is a workshop that we held over at Channel Islands High School because we informed our community members about their rights, what notary fraud is, and overall just really assisted them with knowing their rights and staying protected.
Hello everyone, my name is Kelly Andrade. I go by she, her pronouns. I am a sophomore and I also go to Oxnard Middle College High School. I'd say my favorite memory of being in Youth Right to Rise was when we were first starting out. We would have these little groups out in Ventura and we would all be cramped up in a little room. And that's my favorite memory because when I look back on it, I noticed just how much we have grown and expanded. From just a little idea, we have gone to different organizations, we have engaged with the community, and it's just amazing to see our expansion over the few months that we have been open.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Yeleni, and my pronouns are she, her. I'm in 11th grade, and my favorite memory from Youth Right to Rise was the January 17 Women's March, which was actually the first event I came to with Youth Right to Rise, and it was wonderful to just see those actos and to see the youth doing the real work, and it motivated me to come to more of these events.
Hi everyone, my name is Melanie Pineda and I go by she, her pronouns. I am a sophomore at Oxnard Middle College High School. And similar to Yeleni, one of my favorite memories is definitely the Women's March because I got to connect and meet with a lot of new people.
Okay. I don't think I went over my favorite memory, so just to recap, my favorite memory was also the Women's March that we attended. It was a great event, and we were able to perform an acto in front of over 1,000 people at the event, so it was a very big monument for us. So a little bit backstory of what really is Youth Right to Rise. Well, we all started as Swap Me Justice volunteers with Vanessa Frank, and then afterwards the youth came together as part of the Youth and Family Civic League, where we helped with voter registration for the presidential election. After we had our current president, we had a lot of calls coming to Vanessa about a lot of questions that they had about their immigration status. And after we saw all the ICE raids happening in the community, we realized there was a quite large need for presentations and for people to know what really their rights were. So we started coming out to the community, giving these presentations, performing our actos, which are little educational skits about people and how to stay informed and what their rights are. Like you'll see today, we will be performing the game show skit that we have prepared. Would we like to get started?
Yes.
Okay, it's everybody's favorite game show, Know Your Rights! Okay, to get the audience a little bit more involved, this time we're going to do something a little different. When we pull up these signs, we want you guys to say know your rights with us. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Ready, set, know your rights! All right, well, many of you already know me. I'm your game show host. My name is Daisy, but let's introduce our contestants this episode.
Hello everyone, my name is Kelly, and I think I am going to win this game show. I have been scouring through social media, TikTok, Instagram, you name it. I know everything there is to know, and I'm here to win.
Ooh, love the confidence. All right, can we get our next contestant?
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Paulina, and unlike some people who doom scroll on social media apps, I'm actually an educated student at UC Berkeley studying law. I'm here to win this.
Okay, love the shade. So first we're gonna have our first round, and each question will be worth 1 point. Afterwards, we'll have our lightning round, where each question will be worth double. So let's go ahead and get started. Our first question: do immigrants have the same rights as citizens?
No, immigrants do not have the same rights as citizens. That is why they have different statuses. Depending on your status, you have different rights.
Incorrect. Paulina, want to give it a shot?
Yes, so not only do immigrants have the same rights as citizens do, everyone here in the United States has the same rights, and they are all under the Constitution, which is basically our rights. It all holds our society together, and it's something that we abide by.
Correct. Okay, a point for Paulina. Let's get to the next question. How can you stay up to date regarding local ICE sightings?
Oh, I definitely know this one. You can stay up to date using social media. I have seen 805 Undocumented on Instagram, and that's where I get all my information from.
Correct. Please go ahead and hit that follow button.
Wow, Kelly.
Okay, next question. If ICE officials knock on your door, are you required to open the door?
Yes, you do. They are officials. If they knock on your door, you have to answer.
Incorrect. Paulina, you want to give it a try?
Amendment rights, everyone. Hello. Under our Fourth Amendment right, we have the right to stay in the comfort of our homes, or even tell federal agents or officers that they do not have the right to proceed in these unreasonable searches, whether they want to check our bags or our backpacks. They do not have the authority to do this to us.
Correct. Okay, another point for Paulina. Next question. What is the number for the Rapid Response Network?
Oh man, I knew I should have brought my bracelet.
Wait, I think I know it. 805-870-8830?
Incorrect. Okay, this is why we keep our bracelets, everyone. Here I have some bracelets for you guys, because we all need to stay informed on this number.
There it is.
You know what? Let's even get the audience to help us with this number. Repeat after me. The number is 805
805
870
870
8855.
8855.
Okay, perfect. Since nobody got that question right, we'll just move right on to the next one. How much does it cost to get a family preparedness plan?
Oh, I know this one. I've seen it on social media. It's free. Everyone should know that.
Correct. Okay, next question. Do you have to sign documents that an ICE official gives you?
Yes. Once again, they're officials. If they knock, you open. If they give you a document, you sign. If they ask you something, you answer.
Incorrect. Paulina, want to give it a try?
Yes, you do not have to disclose any personal information about yourself, such as where you were born.
Correct. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the lightning round, where each question will be worth 2 points. No need to raise your hands, just go ahead and shout out the answer. Can a notary give me legal advice?
Yes, a notary can give you legal advice. That is what they went to university for.
No.
Kelly, no.
Want to give it a try?
A notary cannot give you legal advice. These are state-appointed officials who just make sure that people's signatures are authentic.
Correct. 2 points for Paulina. Next question. Name some accredited organizations that can provide legal aid in Ventura County.
El Concilio Family Services, UFW Foundation, and MECOP.
Correct. Last question. Who should fill out family preparedness packets?
Every single family in the United States should be filling out one of those packets.
Close. But what we were actually looking for is every family who has a minor, regardless of status, we want to make sure that you guys are prepared. And if you have someone under the age of 18 in your household, please be filling out one of these packets. Okay, well, that was another episode of Know Your Rights! Woo! Okay, we'll see you guys on another episode of Know Your Rights!
Thank you all for tuning in.
Thank you all for the questions, but we want to start asking you guys in the audience. Do you guys remember? Were you guys paying attention? Let's test it out. Can somebody please give me the answer for who should be filling out a family preparedness packet in the community? Oh, go ahead. Yes, correct. Okay, can somebody give me one accredited organization from the county? Yes? Yes, correct. Thank you. Well, thank you guys. Looks like you guys were paying attention, and let's move on to the next thing on our agenda.
Yes.
The fan questions.
Okay, so we actually do have a forum prepared tonight. We have these wonderful young individuals, and we have their attorney that they work alongside tonight. But we want to focus on the youth today, so all the questions are going to be centered towards them. Just an introduction as your real host. No, I'm just kidding. But my name is Megan Salas, and I do work alongside these youth and with Vanessa Frank as well. I do want to shout out some officials that we have here tonight. I do see we have Mayor MacArthur in the audience. I do see we have City Council Member Gabe Teran as well. And we also have Michelle Asensio. I'm so sorry. We thank you for coming. We appreciate you being here, and good luck with your campaign. I think that is everyone, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. We have a few different questions prepared, and at the end, depending on how lengthy the responses are, we will give time for the audience to engage with these young folks as well. So the first question I have to these youth: what has inspired you to get involved with Youth Right to Rise, and what motivates you to remain active in the community?
I would like to answer this one. So I originally joined Youth Right to Rise because I thought that it was trainings for Swap Meet Justice, which I am also a part of. And although it was honestly a mistake because I thought it was trainings, I have stayed within Youth Right to Rise because I truly enjoy the advocacy and the engagement that we do in the community. I love doing outreach into other people, getting to know new people, and knowing that I am actually adding value. So,
That's a great response. I'd love to hear it. Could we get one more youth to answer that question?
Yes, I would like to add on to Kelly's statements, and I do agree with her, but I wanted to add on the aspect of unity. For me, like when Youth Right to Rise goes to the community and performs these actos, or we share information, I just love how we're able to unite people, just as how we all are here today, because it's something so wonderful. It's an experience of learning, collaboration, and it's just history. It's great, and I really love it.
That is a great response, and that actually is going to transition us to our second question. What advice would you like to give to individuals that want to create change in their communities?
So one piece of advice I would definitely get is get out there, connect, talk to people, make sure you give them your information. That is the best way I know I'd be able to network with other people.
And for the youth especially, who get told no, never be afraid of a no. As you gain everything by asking and nothing by not asking. Thank you.
So you heard them. Don't take no for an answer. Would anyone else like to answer that?
Oh, I'll go ahead. Definitely to add on what to Yeleni said, one phrase I always like to use is chase that no. We always want to go after things, and if I get a no, that's okay. Chances are, the more no's I get, the more chances are I will get a yes next. Definitely make those connections like Melanie said, and just go for it. Honestly, we all started in a small cramped room, and now we have over 15 members, and we've done presentations in all over places like multiple schools within the Oxnard Union High School District. We've done the Women's March in front of over 1,000 people. We are growing every day, and honestly, I'm glad we took this chance on just a small idea we had in a little office room.
Great. Okay, so the next question I have, what do you wish that adults understood better about the work that you are doing, and in what ways can they support your work? Heavy question, right?
Well, to be honest, I wish that other adults could know that we do put a lot of time and effort into like our acto performances and creating these presentations. Like for the Channel Islands High School workshop, I actually spent some time of my winter break creating that presentation and practicing. So I hope like they consider that. And a way that they can help is actually donating to us, because we do get invited to special events in which they can sometimes be costly, such as the UN conference that a lot of our Youth Rights members will be present in. And yeah, we would really support those donations and considerations.
Wow, great.
I'd like to add on that another way adults could help is by volunteering. You know, another set of hands doesn't hurt anybody.
That's great. Where should they volunteer to?
Swap me justice.
Okay.
Which will actually be this Sunday from 8 to 3 p.m. At Oxnard College, we will be in the gym area. So come on up and help us make a difference.
There you have it, folks. If you want to volunteer with them, please come to Swap Meet Justice. All right, the next question we have. So you guys did acto today, specifically called Know Your Rights game show. What is the significance of performing these to educate the community? Why do you do this instead of a regular presentation?
I feel like doing an acto actually helps get the audience engaged. As our game show was doing, we wanted you guys to answer questions. We want to make sure that you're actually capturing the information that we give. And instead of doing a presentation, which, let's be real, most of us is going to forget by the time we leave, a game show actually allows us to interact with each other and be more present in the room. And it's also important that we do game shows because I was an uninformed citizen, and there's a lot of uninformed people out there that do not truly know their rights. I knew some answers, but I got most of them wrong because that is a reality of a lot of people.
Just to add on to that, I feel that also the little history where we did get these actos and skits from was actually from the United Farm Workers movement. They actually did perform these actos and skits, not these exact ones, but similar ones to actually get their people involved and know what their rights were. It was a fun educational way to get the audience engaged, and we wanted to create that same thing and really help with the people that we have today. Different issue, but we're still trying to help the community in the same way.
Yes, sorry. And it's also a great reminder that we should not be intimidated, but we should be informed.
Those are great responses. Love to see it. Love your actos. Do have a question. Daisy, did you guys create these?
No, actually, we had these actos created by CSUCI University students where they later sent us their actos and we started performing them. We did give a minor changes, but they really helped with bringing the idea of performing these actos. We loved it. We decided we would help perform them and actually take them to the next level. Thank you.
Wow. Shout out to Cal State Channel Islands, right?
Yes.
Alrighty. The next question that we have, what is the most important thing to remember when you guys are educating community members about their rights?
I think that it's very important to stay patient because even though we may be trying to educate, it's not going to be an instant thing. People are not instantly going to capture what we say, so we have to be patient, we have to be consistent, we have to capture that momentum and make sure that we are always following up and trying to continue to engage, trying to continue to educate, because just educating once isn't really going to be doing anything.
Persistence really is impactful, like Kelly was saying, but I think it's also really important to be clear. Like in our game show, I think we made it clear like what the amendments were and our responses, because like for example, if you search up the amendments online, you get like a big paragraph, but when we're like doing outreach to our community, we want to make sure that we're being clear and concise, and overall just being patient with them. You know, it's a learning process.
To add on to that, I feel that we also want to make sure that these are fun and engaging. It is really scary, and we have a lot of families coming to us that are scared. Our goal is to help inform you and help you feel a little less worry on your shoulders, knowing that these things can help you, and we are here to help you. And there are so many resources out there to help you. The community is here for you. We are all in this together, and we really enjoy seeing people that walking out of the areas where we're helping them just a little bit lighter, just a little bit happier, just a little bit more comforting, and not as scared as they were when they came in, for sure. So we just really want to keep that in mind. Every time we do one of these, we want people to feel safer in their community.
Yes, just as you should know your rights, we have to know our audience.
That is great. I just have a follow-up question to that. So, where exactly are you guys getting your information from?
Yes, we've actually worked with Vanessa Frank, which is a lawyer, but we've also worked with other people like that are judges. We're making sure we're getting our information, and we meet up weekly to make sure we are updated. We know these things, and we will stay up to date with the new laws that are happening. We will stay up to date with what is on the news. And when we see things on the news that are causing a lot of misinformation, we'll make sure to address them. You can go ahead and follow our Instagram. We've had plenty of videos, especially videos with Paulina, where she goes ahead and addresses misinformation, and we want to make sure that we are giving correct information, and we will do everything we can to stay up to date and make sure we're getting these from reliable sources, and making sure you guys can count on us to be a reliable source for you guys.
Okay, wonderful response. So if there were any doubts about where they got their information from, now you know. Okay, moving along to the next question.
We have a question in the audience.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, perfect.
Yes, the Instagram is called Youth Right to Rise. And you can find us on TikTok as well, but we're more consistent on our Instagram.
There you go. Please follow them on Instagram and TikTok. Alrighty. The very next question we have, what are current projects that you are working on and that you would just love to share with this audience?
I can go ahead and speak on that if anyone wants to add on. But we are currently just got invited to the UN Status of Women Conference this March. Thank you, thank you. It was very exciting for all of us, and we're so excited to go ahead and speak up on these issues, because we are trying to fight something right in the eye of the government. And we are youth, and we are also mostly here women trying to go ahead and fight these issues. So we just want to make sure that we can get our word out. We're also going to the Immigrant Day of Action, which is up in San Sacramento, where we can talk to these lawmakers and make sure that we want them to know what we want in our community and how they can support us. So we're really excited about these, but they can also be very costly, which is why we are asking for donations. But we're very excited to do these things. Also, if you guys have other places out in your community where you think people would like to hear presentations by us or act those, please let us know. We're always willing to do those and make sure that that our audience, that our community gets these resources.
Anyone else would like to share?
A project we're currently working on is connecting as well with Wainimi High School to have an upcoming workshop or presentation, just like we did with Channel Island. And we're also in the process of currently connecting with the Rio School District, so we will have more upcoming presentations, workshops with the schools all around our community.
Oh, sounds like you guys are doing quite a lot. Anything else? Any personal highlights you guys are looking forward to?
I think it's just overall really inspiring how each day we're doing something little by little, and how overall that leads to a big impact. And I think that serves as a big message, because if you have this idea, if you want to start a company or just any grand goal of yours, you have to work little by little. You can't just expect it to happen. So I feel like our group really shows how we started from like little resources and how now we're slowly expanding. And I think that's just a goal that's always there with us in our hearts that I really admire.
Wow, love to see it.
Just to add on, we also always have these ongoing things. Swap Meet Justice this Sunday, people, 9 to 3. If you don't have to volunteer, but you could also just come. We are a resource for you guys, and there are many other resources there for you. But we will be there, and if you know any people that would like to know more about a family preparedness plan or even prepare one, we are there to help you. We can give you one. We can even sit down and help you fill one out. So please reach out. We are there every last Sunday of the month, 9 to 3. Please come.
All right, perfect. So I know the youth shared the different projects that they're excited about. Vanessa, can we ask you what projects you're excited about?
Hi, I'll share. My name is Vanessa Frank, she, her pronouns. I am already an attorney, so I'm not in school anymore. And I went to high school in LA. What projects? Well, I'm very excited to be working and supporting Youth Right to Rise through Mariposa, which is a new nonprofit organization, legal services and advocacy organization. And Mariposa's goal is to work with youth. They can start at 8 years old, but really we try to focus on sort of 8th grade and through high school students, having them work at Swap Meet Justice alongside all sorts of attorneys, and then coming into Youth Right to Rise and digging deeper into issues about law and constitutional rights and civics and how our governments work and how you can make a change, and then hopefully becoming an accredited rep and or going to law school and being community-rooted advocates and lawyers for the future. And so we're trying to really build that pipeline for youth out of our communities here to go to expand their dreams and expand their horizon of the kind of careers they can have and how those careers can come back and help the community in any way. Obviously, I'm partial to people becoming immigration attorneys, but I'll accept it if they become other kinds of lawyers or even do other work like social workers or ministers or any sort, police officers, any kind of leader in the community, as long as they come, as you can see, the folks that are here tonight, really rooted in service to the community and remembering where they came from and why they're here and why they're doing the work that they need to do to make this place a better place for everybody. So thank you for the space.
All right. So the last question I have for these individuals tonight, if you can leave the audience with one piece of advice based on the experience that you have gotten from working with Youth Right to Rise or Swap Meet Justice, what would that be? We can start.
My piece of advice would just to show up. Just show up. Yes. There's this one quote I like, and I'm not going to quote it exactly, but it said something like, if you knew you were 10 failures away from success, would you be afraid of failure? And I think this is really important because if you just show up, even if you fail sometimes, you will get to where you're supposed to be, and it's going to be the best thing in the world for us.
Right.
Okay, I have a quote, I think it's from Albert Einstein, but it says that intelligence is just creativity, or creativity is just intelligence having fun. And I think that's really important because creativity is so important in many spaces, like whether it's through social media, like how we are involved in, or just any idea, you want to make sure that you're also embracing your creative side because that can draw a lot of people in and really make your ideas become reality.
All right, perfect.
If I had to leave the audience with a piece of advice, I would probably say, don't be afraid to use your voice. It's important to speak for those who can, and just try to connect as much as you can because that will that will open many doors for you and will lead you to a really great path.
I would like to leave you with the mission of investing in your youth, whether it is through volunteering, donating, or empowering youth to use their voices. We have incredible ideas, incredible thoughts to share, and we can only do it if you give us the space to.
Yes, I would like to say chase that no. I know I already said it earlier, but it's a really phrase that I really like because honestly, we never know what response we're going to get. but if we chase that no, we'll definitely get a response. And I want to make sure that there are different ways where you can chase that no. We're all different people. We all have different things that we do, but we're all trying to do something better for the community. And whatever it is, we should go ahead and chase that no, whether it's speaking up, talking to officials, maybe even giving a public comment. Any of these things will help people know and help, even making connections can help you get those roots growing and organizations like this to start really flourishing in our community. Thank you.
You want to say anything, Vanessa?
I don't know. I guess get engaged with youth. I mean, these young women are just amazing. And I think if all of us just put our best foot forward and kind of break out of our box and our routine of every day doing the same job in the same way with the same people, but really take a moment and think, what are you trying to accomplish? Like, what is our end goal? And isn't our end goal justice for everybody and safety for everybody? How can we work together? And what can I do in my daily job to open the door wider so that more people can come in and achieve justice and collaborate and be creative? But thank you guys. This is amazing. You are amazing. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your responses. I hope the audience takes away the message that the best advice is truly to listen to young people. No, it is. It truly is. Work with young people, listen to them. And that being said, we would like to now give the audience time if there are any questions. We can take about 2-3 questions if there are any pending. Okay, I see one in the front. Oh.
Thank you. I could have used my classroom voice too, but that's fine. Well, thank you all for sharing the information, doing your acto, and having all of the responses for the questions this evening. A question I have for you all, and any of you can answer it. In the time that you've been participating with Youth Right to Rise, I'm curious if there's anything that you used to believe that you were corrected in learning this, like how in the skit there was someone who had information that was not correct. Is there something you learned from this that you're like, oh wow? Or if not, then what's like something that's been very surprising to you that you've learned about constitutional rights? So just wondering those things.
Before I started Youth Right to Rise, I thought that anyone with any type of warrant could enter your house. But by being a member of Youth Right to Rise, I actually found out that is not true. You have to have a judicial warrant for somebody else to have to come inside your house, and any other type of warrant, like an arrest warrant, does not apply to that.
Anyone else? If not, we will move on to the next question. Yes? I see a question up here.
Are there any other ways, aside from, of course, like following Youth Right to Rise or 805 on DocuFund, are there any ways to get more of the word out there, to spreading knowledge of people's rights? How do we spread the word of all of this stuff to just other members of our schools that we go to, work, whatever? How do we tell more people about the community that they have rights, not just in Ventura or California, but all over the nation?
I think it's really important to network. After you guys all have heard our presentation and actos and now have this new information, I think what's really important is to take a note of that. It could be in your phone or something, and you can share it with your own family members. That way it goes around and creates this chain where everyone is being informed, because that really makes a big impact.
And I think it's also very important that you guys do your own research as well, because as we've said, the news keeps changing, laws keep changing and evolving. So it's important that even though you are trying to be informed by following us, it's important for you guys to do your own research as well. But yes, please follow Youth Right to Rise. Please follow Swap Meet Justice. And there are also many different organizations that have lots of valuable information. We did mention 805 on DocuFund. We mentioned the accredited organizations. So there's a lot of different places that you can get information, and it's also important that you spread it through word of mouth. I find that that's really effective because when it's word of mouth, you typically tend to trust what the other person is saying, but also do your own research.
Heard her. Do your own research, y'all. One more question here. Okay.
You know, mine is not a question, but more of a comment,
No, of course.
and it's complimentary to, you know, leaders like Vanessa, Frank, to have the vision to put something like this together, and Lamont Hayes for our bishop to be able to invite and have this panel here, but really to you, because it's inspiring to me to see. I mean, I don't think I was as smart, as intelligent as all of you are when I was your age, but it's really inspiring to see, like Kelly, Paulina, Daisy, and the others here at this panel, and just how you speak, how articulate you are, just really showcasing that you're natural leaders, and it's inspiring to know that the next generation is going to be in your hands, and that you guys are reasonable, prudent, just very intelligent, and have the passion, enthusiasm, and desire to get involved and really make a difference. So I just want to compliment everything that you're doing. It does not go unnoticed. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Oh, yeah, okay.
Maybe this goes without being said, but I think you're all 10th and 11th grade. Is that right?
Yes.
Our county clerk recorder is here. Remember that you can register to vote at 16 and 17, and then automatically that kicks in at 18. And so just throwing that out there, not just for you all, but all your peers as well. So
Get out the vote, y'all.
So I want to thank you all also, again, from CAC, the Community Advocacy Coalition, which is 99.3 KJBU, where I met Ms. Paulina, and Councilmember Stephen Gama introduced me to Ms. Paulina, and we were on the radio, and we were talking about things of our community and how we can be an engaging platform. So we do have that connection. Your voice can be heard even louder on the radio station, which I serve as a board member as well. And I'm over advocacy for the radio station. I wear many hats, but I'm over advocacy for CAC. And it's one of the 4 Black-owned radio stations here in the state of California, and we own one of them. It's a low-frequency radio station, but it has a voice, it's impact, and it's Oxnard's radio station. What my question as a minister and an advocate here in the city of Oxnard, what can we do as pastors to help you to further your voice? I know that I offer this sanctuary and this opportunity, but for others that are watching, that's going to be tuning in later, they want to find out what can they do at their church and at their ministry level to give you that platform. What is it that you need from us? I know you say to be supportive. I heard, donations, but that only goes so far. What else are you asking? What is your ask from us as leaders that we can do to help you besides donation, physical, and being a part?
I'd say that mentoring is really important, even if it's just words of encouragement. They travel long ways, or if you have connections of other youth who could join our group, that would be greatly appreciated, because a greater team will make a greater impact.
Yes, I'd also like to add on to that, and thank you for giving us this space, this sanctuary, as you said. It has been really lovely to be here, and we truly enjoy giving our presentations. But adding on to what Paulina said, I think it's also important that people try to refer us to other organizations so that we could have similar spaces. We are, like we said, we are trying to expand. We are trying to greaten our network. So if there are other organizations that would like to have similar presentations, then we would be willing to be there. And also, I think it's important that like you said, LA, I think it's important that LA should foster their own youth as well. Here we have Vanessa to help us out, but there are also other very motivated youth out there, and I think that they also need the support. So to any community leaders, focus on your youth, and please try to support them as much as you can.
I just want to say I am so impressed with you ladies. This presentation, I mean, I didn't know what I was expecting, when I came. But I also want us all here to know that things that affect one community affect all of us. And that's the thing that, as human beings, we need to stick together and call out these injustices. Because if it's okay for you to do it to one group, then it's okay for you to do it to everybody. And what's going on is not right. So we all need to step up as people and say, this is wrong. This is not how you treat people, and as my culture, we know of certain things, that are ingrained in the society, but when you go out and you start focusing on one group of people, don't think that you're not next. And that's what we all need to remember, that we're in this together.
Thank you. All right. Well, thank you to the audience for engaging with us. Once again, thank you to these young people. Thank you, Bishop Hayes, for giving us this space. To anyone watching, if you would like to continue to support, as mentioned, being mentors, opening the door to these individuals, just listening to them, being open to hearing their presentations, and then taking that information and spreading it, that is truly the best way that you can support these young people with what they are doing. That being said, we will conclude tonight's presentation. Thank you for joining us. Let's just give them a round of applause. All right. And that concludes today's game. No, that concludes today's forum. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. So please stop by the vendors and talk with them and support them as well. Oxnard PD, the Explorer program, as well as Tate Tunnel Pacific Clinics. And then we do have the Ventura County Recorder's Office. Michelle Ascension is here, as well as CET. So it's good to have them here. So let's support them. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Turan. Thank you so much. Man, I'm so grateful for that, as well as Your Honor, the Mayor, Lois MacArthur. Thank you. And thank you all for being here. See you soon. And anytime. We're here for you. So if you want to come back, schedule another day. We just know that we had a lot of family members that had transitioned. And so a lot of families are with them right now. So thank you so much for those who came out. God bless you.